BMC officers sitting, many political persons sitting over here, my friends. Yeah, I think my job has become very difficult after Subhatme's speech. And even my topic is difficult, as Fatak sir has said, that before everybody is talking only about DCR, but you should really read 503 pages of the DP report. I will not claim that I have read 503 pages of the DP report. I have read executive summary. Then I have read some of the principal or salient features of the entire report. And based on that, I think I'll start my presentation. Next. Whenever you start any such development plan, DCR, you should go back to the genesis, and as far as law is concerned, we should go back to the Constitution. The list 3 of the Constitution of India provides the economic and social planning at entry number 20. List 3 is a concurrent list. The MRTP Act is prepared under that. Next. Here the economic and social planning is the entry in the Constitution of India. We will come back to this slide after the game. Next. This has already been told. Section 38, why we are here after 20 years. As per Section 38, this DP has to be prepared once in 20 years. Accordingly, it has been prepared. The procedure of making the DP and till its final sanction has been elucidated in Section 21 to 31 of the MRTP Act. These are the various parts, facades of the development plan. Next. I'll take 1 minute halt here. My presentation, first half part, will be more of delivering whatever is there in the BMC report itself. So maybe some of the municipal officers may get drowsiness because I am repeating what is there in the report, but I am doing this for the entire architectural fraternity, so kindly bear with me. Contents of the development plan coming back. This is, I have done the red because all other contents I am not able to look at these two things in the DP. The proposals for flood control and prevention of river pollution and the land reclamation proposals. I might have missed it, you may correct it. Next. Now 23 talks about the declaration of intention of DP. Intention was declared somewhere in the year 2011. As per Section 24, the TPO has to be appointed. It was appointed. Now here, I think many of us must be knowing, along with one act, always the rules are published. So along with the MRTP Act, there is Maharashtra Development Plan rules were published in 1970, wherein it has said that even after declaring the intention of the DP under Section 23, if any suggestions and objections are received, the same shall be considered while preparing the draft DP. I am not aware really, or the DP report at least doesn't speak where any such suggestion objections were received and they have taken the cognizance of that. Then Section 25, here it talks about the preparation of the ELU. I will cover that, what is ELU and how it is prepared. Here it is a very good thing. MCGM has carried out, this was not a requirement of the MRTP Act, but BMC carried out the seminars even with the BIATA, with the stakeholders, which was not required, but still they are carried out and they have considered the objections in the ELU. Next. Now, this is very important. The notice has been published, the notice which we saw in the newspaper, it has been published under Section 26/2. Please read this. The notice shall also state that the copies of the following particulars are also available for inspection, that's fine. Or the extracts therefrom certified to be correct are also available for sale to the public at a reasonable price at the places so named. I am not sure whether any such extracts are available in the corporation or even the notice says about this, number 1. The Act says that report on ELU and maps are required to be published along with the same notice. It is true that the report on ELU and maps were published in past, but this is a provision of the Act, so this has to be there along with this same notice. On the BMC website, we are not able to get this. Next. Process of ELU I will explain in short. As earlier stated, the ELU is simple existing land use survey. So they virtually go on plot to plot, they look at it, what is the user, what is the structure. In earlier it was 103 sectors, now it is 150 planning sectors. So sectors are normally determined by specific boundaries. Then in ELU existing amenities, all entire existing amenities like social, open space, public utilities, everything is captured. Let us directly go to the final status of ELU. ELU reveals that the 65% of the land is developed and 35% of the land is undeveloped. This 35% of the land contains all mangrove areas as well as the Sanjay Gandhi National Park. Next. The statistics reveals that this is the only land where new reservations can be put. So this is only the 5.5% is the area where the new reservations can be incorporated. So that was the challenge. Let us see how they have achieved this challenge and let us see what are our solutions and objections. Next. After this, they have computed the existing bulk FSI computations. What they have done is they have taken one particular sector. In that one particular sector, they must have visited the sites, then they must have taken the average number of floors in that. In that one particular sector, on the P-line basis, they have calculated the built-up area, multiplied by floors. They calculated total built-up area in that sector, divided by the sectoral plot area. That gives the bulk FSI. So this is the bulk FSI. Next. Again, population projections, I will not go into the details, how they are gone. This is the ratio method, it is one of the ratio methods. They are equated with BMC, with MMR with urban Maharashtra with entire Maharashtra. And inversely, they have computed the magic figure. Now we are interested in the magic figure. The magic figure for which the 2034 planning is done is 13.95 meters. Next. In this PLU, process of making PLU now we are explaining. I think these were the goals and visions set up. I think I will skip through. Next. Now I will come for the FSI basis. The FSI basis as per the new DP, he says the report says that it is 2034. The population is 13.94 million projected population. Next. The existing per capita built-up space is 9 square meters. That is the report says 9 square meters per capita. Now the report suggests they have calculated sector-wise. So this is the average figure. With heavy increase in the income from Mumbai citizens and aspirations, per capita average built-up space will zoom to 27 square meters. This 27 square meters is average. When we are saying average 27, the SRA component, the SAS building, they will remain at the smaller rate. So obviously the cell component which the developer is going to build, that will be minimum 45 square meters per capita. 45 to 4, 200 square meters. 2200 square feet. Next. Now, I don't know whether next 2200 square feet flat in northern corner of the balloon is a dream for an IIM graduate with 5 years experience. So, whether this particular 27 square meters has got the basis, number one. Number two, this FSI model should not be the dream model. I am not saying FSI should not be increased. FSI has to be increased. Otherwise, there is no solution because of the paucity of land. But the model should be workable model, and the model should be so robust that it should be tested in the court of law. That is our solution. And finally, will this create an affordable housing? The sale component which is projected is 2200 square feet. It is not possible. The developer will set obviously the smaller size of the plots or the flats. Then what will happen when we go inversely? This is like recurring process. When we go inversely, what will happen to the population? Next. This is the bar chart showing the FSI distribution. One can see that 3.5 FSI is 60%, 5 FSI is 30%. And rest is 8, 6.5 and 2. Next. This is TOD. Let us go next. TOD is the basic concept. Next. Yes. TOD is the concept wherein they have TOD is not absolutely new concept. TOD is a concept which I think last week we have seen in Delhi. The Delhi plan has approved with this TOD concept, or rather the TOD concept has been approved. So in TOD they are said to allow more development along the transport nodes basically. However, the regulation does not mandate, because the regulation says that when the development is near the nodes, they will not travel much. And that is the reason why they have even reduced the parking requirement in TOD. But in that TOD, they have never mandated that there has to be only smaller size flats. So TOD even can happen, say 2200 square feet flats, and then obviously we will have more number of parking. Next. Now TOD in very short, I can explain you this. They have used this rail lines, metro and mono. They have taken the boarding volumes from FBRC and MRTP. Now here is also one of the requests to the authorities. The entire traffic portion they have relied on the MRTP report 2008, which is never published along with this. It is requested that this also needs to be published along with this report, because this entire traffic component is based on this report. The interchanges between different nodes, I think I will explain with you the diagram. Using this logic, they have finalized the order 1 station, order 2 and order 3. Order 1 station 1 kilometer, order 2 500 and order 2 3 is 300. Next. See, this is the diagram which shows that now, let us do this. For per station, they assign the weights. So this one particular weight is for passenger traffic, one is for interchange, one is for I think fast, where there is a fast railway stopping, and there is one more. So for all these weightage, assigning the weightages, you can see that the other station may be having the highest weightage, and that is the reason why we are getting the 8 FSI in and around the other station as well as the Andheri station. Because in Andheri also all the railways meets, even the metro meets. Next. This is the TOD diagram for the metro rail station. Next. Now this is the FSI chart. This is the present DCR and the new DCR. FSI, earlier it was for controlling growth and density. This is FSI as an opportunity for extra floor space. Here apprehension is the extra FSI is used as a tool to control prices, which may not prove correct because it is not time tested. Let only time will tell us whether this will be correct or not. In the earlier DCR, FSI was birthright. Here the FSI has an upper limit as indicator of maximum achievable FSI. I am again repeating the word indicator, achievable, probable. So in areas like Vileparle, Ghatkopar, Kurla, this FSI achieving because of the civil action restriction will be almost impossible. In the earlier DCRs there were many freebies exemption, no freebies exemption. Again, as earlier speakers have said, some of the areas like staircase and lift, I think we are going back pre-1991. Pre-1991, the staircase and lift was not given free of FSI. If you see all of the old buildings, there are all small 3 feet staircases. No sooner than in 1991 it was made free of FSI, all the staircases and lifts were wider because they are free of FSI. Now I don't think again a small developer, at least not a big developer, but small developer will definitely go with the minimum size. Okay, minimum size here today is 1.2. But if somebody wants to have more staircase built, he will not provide today. Various additional provisions, this no additional provisions except for slum and self-building. We personally feel that this DP is purely a chartered accountant's DP. This is purely a monetization, and this DP has totally with clear thought process that government should earn maximum revenue from allowing the development plan. I am not saying it is wrong. Oh, wait. I am not saying it is wrong. We have to test it. We have to test it whether complete monetization will serve the purpose. Because what will happen is, if you too much of monetize it, the developer will be killed. And then finally, forget about affordable housing, you will not get even non-affordable housing also. So somewhere this kind of aspect has to be thought in. Next. The planning standard adopted, here I have given the list of very short list of planning standards. Actually these standards are at different level. At neighborhood level they are different, then at planning sector level they are different, at ward level they are different, and at city level they are different. This here we will really appreciate and congratulate the entire team. that they have really came up with most pragmatic and achievable planning standards. Because if we see the last BP, it was 6 square meters in the suburb, which will never be achievable. So the 2 square meter per person, they are really achievable planning standards, and I presume that a city like Mumbai should be happy with this kind of planning standards. Next. Zoning, 3 zones, RC, CR, industrial and natural zone. Natural zone I will come subsequently. It conserves the ecological sensitive areas and very low development is permitted. This is the zone mainly of mangrove areas, mudflats, then obviously the national parks and like that. Next. This is the pie chart of the zoning where black shows it's a natural area completely known. Next. This is again a very synoptic way I will be telling how the reservations were put. The step 1, existing amenities were captured in the LU, including existing designations. Based on the planning standards we have seen, based on the planning standards for the projected population of 2034 and at the sectoral level, because these particular projections of population they are done at all the levels. I have considered only at city level. These were done at all the levels. So at that particular layer, based on the planning standards, calculate the demand for any public space, say school, demand gap is equal to 1 minus 2. Next. Now they have revisited the unimplemented DP reservations from 1991 DP. If they were encroached upon, the reservations were deleted. So very good thing. If there is a RGPG and if it is full of slum, it is just of no use to keep that RGPG just on paper, green color on paper, which will never be implemented. So they have removed it. Vacant land adjacent to 1991 reservation was checked and it still remained vacant and no RDCC was given, reservation was incorporated. That is the next step. Priority was given to open space. Next. Adjustment was amenity was also done across the planning sector. I think that much flexibility has to be there because in one planning sector, one amenity may go lesser. That was deficit was met with from the adjoining. More, this is very important, more amenities or reservations are provided near the slum areas as they lack in the amenity. Finally, as far as the buildable reservations are concerned, they have said that due to paucity of land of reservation, even though for open spaces, that is for RGPGG, complete criteria of thresholds was met with. For buildable amenities, only 50% land was reserved in the DP. Rest of the 15% land was implemented through a textual model of DCR by that 10% clause of 2000 square meter, 10%. I will come on that later. Next. Now this is the radar diagram. This is a good concept. I think many of us gets sick after listening. What is this radar diagram? Let me unlock it. What is radar diagram? Radar diagram is an absolutely simple diagram. It's just like a bar chart. If you go in the PowerPoint after 2007, in the view add diagrams or charts after pie, circular and whatnot, there is a radar diagram also. So anybody, you and me can do this radar diagram. It is very simple. Here I can explain. There it is a multivariate data. They have captured it at one go. See, there are 6 amenities: education, road, other amenities, open space and medical. What is 100% is the planning standard. So if you achieve this planning standard, it is 100%. Now what is 100% here? See this blue line. This is the 100% line. Right? Now here they have taken this KS word in the report. This is I am just copy pasting. I am not using anything of my brain. So here this is the blue line is 100%. This red line shows all this. If road area whether it is 18% is met with, no, it is much less. So it is over here. Whether the education amenities fully met with, no, it is much less. So it is here. So like this is the red is the existing amenities met with. Now green is the area which they have incorporated post reservation. So still they have not matched this blue figure. They have still with the green line wherein, see, they have always tried to achieve this open space. They have never able to achieve other amenities, even road area, education, medical, nothing. So what the report says is all these other amenities we will meet with from the 10% of that per plot 2000 square meters. Next. Now, what is this DP published now? This is the proposed land use plan, zonings, set of regulations, two-tier approach. Now, this is the two-tier approach. I want to talk something about that. They have described many things, why two-tier approach is required and all that. But let me tell you, this area plan approach is not a new approach, at least for Mumbai. The section 33 of the MRTP Act deals with comprehensive area plans. Now, since 1965 till 2014 or 15, and according to my knowledge, sir will tell me if I am wrong, at no point of time the comprehensive area plan tool was used. So that means all were fools at that time. That means these plans are not workable. The second tier area plans are not workable. It is extremely difficult. Getting one DP implemented is a mammoth job. So every time you are coming with the new plans, that's why I have written here. This gives a feeling that picture will be baki hai yaar, ye to pehla seminar hai. When you will get the area plans, you will be flooded by area plans because Matunga 5 buildings, 1 area plan, new DCR. Somewhere Bombay Central 10 buildings, new plan, new DCR. See, we are having the experience of Dharani. Dharani redevelopment was a kind of this area plan with dedicated support from the government. The Dharani area plan has not yet taken up. Let us accept the ground realities. So even though this area plan is a good approach, our request is it should not be published or the boundary should not be shown it today itself because people are getting scared. You know, once you see that FSI sheet, there is a red boundary on that 5 plots which indicates that this is something area plan and something will come on your plot. So why to show that? Because the law says that you have to follow the complete process 25 to 31. So why you want to publish this plan today itself or show this area plan today itself? We strongly request and suggest, we will obviously file a section objection, that this area plan boundaries has to be done away with from these plans because once they get approved, see, try to understand, if these plans gets approved, I don't know what will be the legal status of this area plans boundaries. Even though those plans are the plans in the mind space. I am not aware about that. Next, sorry. Next please. Let us rush. See, this is the legend. I presume that this legend everybody has seen. I am not going to that. Next. This I was referring to this area plans somewhere. Urban renewal process aggregate. Two-tier planning programs. This I was referring to. Next. Good features of DP and DCR. Reasonable workable planning standards, as I told you. Categories of reservation reduced. DP report, this is very important. DP report says that DP will act as a broad framework plan. Let us presume that this will be really a broad framework plan and not too rigid plan. TDR allowed to be used in island city area. GIS database for preparing DP. Mixed use zone. Enclosed space is deleted and open space provision for building reform. Next. Look, this I already talked. Next. Yeah. This I will again come to that. While designating, as we have seen that they have met with the open space amenities, it's good. But while meeting with the open space amenities, what they have done is, we don't know our layouts where we are staying. Maximum of private layout RGs are covered as a public RG. Now in previous DP also, the RGs were shown and they were computed to satisfy the planning norms of open spaces, but they were said as a private open spaces. See, what is the, I am really not understanding what is the need for the corporation to take away all such layout RG open spaces. So, I strongly feel that all these RGs should again be classified as a private open spaces and not the public open spaces. This is again, somebody may not agree with me, I don't know, but this is my suggestion. Because there are various areas, small marshes in patches with complete degradation and disconnected from the creeks. They also can be, shown as intended reclamation and converting them into green areas. similar to the model of creation of RG at closed dumping ground at Korea. Next. Buildable reservation again, same thing, a small plot, 2000 square meter plot, 10% taking away of the plot is really too much of it. I think whosoever society, I think this is a society's issue. This is not a builder's or architect's issue. An architect has got nothing to do, okay, 10%, yeah. But really a common man must look into this, that every plot of 2000 square meters, a corporation is taking away 10% of the land. This is really, I think Balasar will tell me, there is in Tamil, there is a song, why this polarity. So polarity ka matlab hai, why so much anger with the smaller plots? You know, everybody are taking 10% of the plots. So this is really too much. It's okay that 10% of the reservation may be insisted for the 1 hectare plot and not lesser than that. Next. DP report talks about increasing vehicle ownership. It is talking, but again, it is saying that reducing the requirement of parkings. This is very important again. The report says that at planning sector level there is no correlation between FSI and density. I think there is no rocket science in this. In Mumbai, there will not be any correlation between FSI and density because of the slums. Because now let us see correlation between FSI and density in Lokanwala complex. There will be definitely a correlation. But when you are looking at Mumbai as a whole, and when the 45 to 50% of the people are staying in 8% of the land, how there will be correlation? There will never be a correlation between FSI and density. So this is the basis again for that FSI model. So again this basis has to be rethought. Then again, as I said, total DP sheets they are published is 200 and odd, and again the planning sectors are 150. See, now whenever any amenity is taken, we have to see what is the shortfall of the amenity, and you have to go to that radar diagram and then calculate this. If one DP sheet was equal to one planning sector, it was very easy for any outsider architect also to check out how that amenity has been met with or not, what is the shortfall, and that can be met with. So I think that was one suggestion. Next. 1990 DCR, many people subsequently will talk, I will talk only one sentence, that the DCR, present DCR 7, it says that all the appendices 10 to 23, they were never the part of the DCR per se, because MC was having powers to add, enter or edit. If that was the case, why so many sketches? They are excellent sketches, I am not saying that, but this cannot be static in terms of time. The sketches, the today's sketch has to be changed after 10 years. The today law has to be changed after 10 years. So whenever you want any change in any small part of the sketch, you have to go to the Chief Minister. Is it really a proper thing? So instead of 300 pages DCR, put all those 150 pages as an annexure in the administrative control of the Commissioner, and only first 150 pages, which is really a hard-coded part, as a DCR. Next. This layers of permission, I think many have talked, I will not talk again. Next. This also has talked, dual permission model, IODCC, BMC Act, MRTP Act. I think this was the opportunity. This was the opportunity to do away with the BMC Act. And it was not wrong. When SRA started, they have taken a decision that we will not issue anything like IOD, but we will issue directly CC. So we will issue direct permissions under MRTP Act. Even though we all, I was part of corporation, many of us are part of corporation, and architects are also part of corporation. If any act is really a good old act, I think we all know Prime Minister is doing away with at least more than 50% of the age-old acts. I am not saying do away with the act, this is a classical act, this is a masterpiece act. But when there is a stubborn, powerful act as MRTP Act in place, why you want dual permission? It is high time that we should do away with this dual permission of IOD and CC. Next. I think the issue like construction of seawall, at least I was unable to read in this. That was an important issue because the CRZ notification and as well as the new act, they are talking about a lot of things about the hazard line. The report says that we are not aware of the hazard line, so we have not taken into account. But even though the report says, I am sure the people in the corporation must be aware something about it. Definitely, because not officially, maybe during the visits to Delhi and all that. So I am sure the hazard line will definitely make a lot of damage to the city. So only counter argue or counterpart the hazard line is to construction of C1. So at least that somewhere mention about the C1 project, if it was there in the DP report, it would have been the very important aspect. Again, I still maintain that finance and monetization for the government treasury is at center point of this DP. Next. Yeah, I think this is my concluding slide. About this DP, the media talks a lot about it's a green DP, competitive DPs, inclusive DP, sustainable DP, green DP without layout RGs, competitive DP, I don't know, with only premiums, inclusive DP, I am not sure how we are going to get the the weaker section housing, sustainable, environmental sustainable, yes, it will be. So I am really not sure how these will qualify all these terms. And finally, before filing the suggestion objections, everybody of us must check whether this particular development plan is achieving the good economic and social planning. I am again revisiting the words economic and social planning. Economic is not only earning money by the government. Economic and social planning means something to do for the poor in the city. So SRA schemes, 33-7 schemes, I think my colleagues will speak how the schemes will jeopardize by this DCR. Obviously, I am not saying this is the aim, we can obviously correct to it, but with this goal in your mind, you must file your suggestions and objections. Thank you.